Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Carrie's Musings. I'm Carrie. I'm the host of your show. Sorry, I've been gone for a while, but you know how it is. Hospitals and live streaming doesn't mix, and not breathing. But I'm a little bit better now. Uh, Trying to recover good, and my voice went, so I had to take it easy on it for a while. Probably still will for a little bit more, but here I am. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Good to have you with me. Give everybody a couple minutes to get on and see where we can go with this. Been hearing all week about people wanting to get into live streaming, wanting to know the ifs, whys, buts, and hows. I'm feeling pretty good, up and down, but I'm getting there. Slow but sure. Slow but sure. Yeah. Let me get my headphones on. Just in case somebody wants to come on and talk with me. They don't like me. They like the women. People on panels like to go where there's women. Hey there, Howie, how you doing? Good to have you with me. Put my earbuds in so I can hear if anybody wants to join in. What I want to talk about today is live streaming. Everybody talking about live streaming, wanting to get in on it. Well, you don't just pick up a camera and say, you know, let me get you. Don't work quite that well. I've been doing this since the late 2000s. Had my Jesus Lives page where I was on it, trying to help wayward Christians, disoriented Christians, people that kind of lost their way because of churches, lack of churches, what have you. People lose their way and they say, why bother when the churches don't care? That's basically what I covered. And I kind of got into politics and God, and went from there. So I had to jump from one to the other. But on here, I want to talk about live streaming, because you just don't pick up a camera and say, I'm going to live stream. First of all, you have to have a decent camera, not a new camera, not a fancy, high, expensive camera, but at least has to get 720p in the picture, and preferably 1080. But that's about as high as you need for online, because most of the services will not go over 1080p. And that's the depth of your picture, the brightness and everything. Next of all, once you've done that, you need to go in and find a service to stream on. You just can't go and stream into YouTube. They won't let you. You don't have enough videos. You don't have enough hours. So you have to find a service like Prism, number one, StreamYard, number two, or there's another one. I can't remember. Should have wrote it down. Hiding in rain now. Oh, yeah. It's nice and sunny here for a change here in sunny Florida. Nice and sunny. Just say hi, Navi. Hi, everybody. It's on here. Well, getting back into it, you join one of these streaming services. Well, you have to learn how to go in the settings. Usually when you have YouTube, all you have to do is sign into your YouTube name, or Facebook, sign into your Facebook name. But some of them, like Rumble and others, you have to put a stream key in, which you have to get from Rumble. Once you join Rumble and go on live on Rumble on your computer, not on your phone, you have to go into it by your computer. So it's a little bit tougher. So most newbies need to stick with Prism or StreamYard. I prefer StreamYard, mainly because I can bring guests on and I can talk to them. And I'm not good by myself. I'm rather boring, laid back, slow talking, and when you're talking online, you need to speed it up. People like to speak. They like to talk. They like to, so they don't like laid back different things. Another main thing you need. Hi, Charlene. How you doing? Kisses you, your mom, your dad, and Slim. You have to have a subject. You can have any subject that you're interested in. There's going to be somebody out there that loves what you're doing. You may not grow strong. You may not go fast. It seems like a lot of people like to do the Jerry Springer strike. Right. Brings them up quick, but when they fall hard. So pick your subject you like, and people come tag along. Doesn't matter what it is. You can be driving, you can be sewing, take pictures, videos, things outside, nature, you name it. You can do anything you want. Me too, Charlene. Pick any subject you want. There are people out there going to love it because there's auto mechanics, you name it out there. People are doing it. Car restoration. Just pick something, and for one thing, don't go into it for money. No money, honey. I've had $5.10 on my Rumble account for 2 years, and I have to get 100 to get any money out of it. So I've got $95 more to go there. Made a couple hundred or so on YouTube. This is in like 3 years' time, so I'm really rich. So don't depend on money. If you can't afford it, you might want to start slow and start small and build up. Don't expect a whirlwind and make a ton of cash and become a millionaire like a lot of them out there are doing. Usually it takes money to make money in all things. That goes for live streaming too. The more equipment you have, the more help you have, the more producers you have. You can buy into these outfits and get your advertisers and stuff. But for us, just wanting to pick up and shoot what we enjoy. Don't expect any money. Period. No money. Now, some of you want to know, well, how do I shoot the video? Well, before you go onto your camera, I have an iPhone here. If you look here, you'll see a little circle with a lock. A little circle with a lock. How I got into that, I went down to the top, left-hand corner, and swipe down. It brings up this control panel. Make sure that that's not lit up. You can see how it's red? Make sure that's lit up. Well, that makes it where when you turn your camera, it'll go landscape. Got that? It'll go landscape. That's the best way to take video for a live stream. And please use a tripod or a handheld tripod. Just make sure you have a tripod that'll sit low or it'll sit high. It'll adjust from low to high where you can carry it along with you. And you flip that back around any way you want. But when you're live streaming on a tripod, regular video. Now I'm talking about regular shooting video. Make it landscape. It's better for the viewers. You can see it much better. It's a lot more pleasant on the eye than like this. Go like this and shoot like this. This is for reels. If you'll see on or shorts on YouTube or reels on YouTube. On Facebook. Use the portrait straight up and down. They were made for that, straight up and down video. They weren't made for the landscape. Shoot your reels and shorts and up and down. Portrait style. We got Bobby. Hello, Navi. How you doing?
I'm good.
Anyway,
You're looking well.
make sure your videos are in landscape. Like I say, go up, sweep down. Make sure your button is not highlighted. Right there, a little round button with a lock. Make sure it's not highlighted. Then you can flip it around. Won't do it on the control panel, but it now won't do it for me. It should flip. Oh, I'm reporting somebody. There we go. There we go. Just like that. If you want to, you have to learn from your own mistakes because everybody makes mistakes. Been doing it 3 years, more the past year than ever, but there's always mistakes to be made. So just learn from your mistakes, keep on going. Don't give up. You can do a lot of things, but there's always someone going to come up and bite you. One thing I've heard some people say, well, I have 500 megabits per second on my download on my phone. I've got 5 bars. Why don't I get a signal? Why don't I get a signal? There's all kinds of bars. I got plenty of signal, but my live stream don't go out. Well, you need a little app called Smart Test. You see it up there at the top, Smart Test. Go in there and click it. Click Go. And you can see it's going up, up. This is my download speed. It was 111 megabytes per second on cable. Now it's showing my upload speed. This is where live streamers live. Upload stream. That was 10.7 millibytes per second. That's a little bit slower than I really want it. You want it around 12 millibytes per second. But if it's anything lower, you're going to get buffering. What you call a little round thing going round and round and round. You can have all kinds of signal downstream. That's what you download. The videos you're watching, everything you're watching on YouTube comes download.
Yeah.
That's where your strong signal comes. But when you're live streaming, you're on a different band called upload.
Yeah, upload's more important.
And it can be slow. It can be slow. So make sure it's good wherever you are live streaming. Any questions so far? And I'm making this pure and simple so a newbie can come in, point and shoot, and get some kind of good effects. Make sure you have room on your phone for the storage. Now, if you use StreamYard, it'll stream to StreamYard and you can download it later. You don't have to download it right now. Prism will download to your phone, usually automatically, but you always check it, always push save anyway if you want to save the video. Because when you go on YouTube, you can't download them unless you pay them $20 a month for their services to download and keep your stuff. So if you want to keep it, make sure you either do it on StreamYard or Prism, get it to your phone where you can delete it later. But always make sure you have storage. And if you go out there and shoot, don't shoot on iPhone's camera video. It'll fill up your drive in a heartbeat. You won't be able to do anything once it fills it up. Always do it on Prism or on StreamYard as a regular recording. And you can do that. You don't have to live stream. You can do it as a regular recording. It'll be much smaller and it won't take up your hard drive. Another good thing, of course. You run out of room, you're out of business. Out of business. Well, these are a few tips that most of us at live streamers come up across. Anybody out there have any other suggestions? I know Gary's here and Navi, and any other live streamers? I have 10 people here. Got to be a couple more. But we need live streamers everywhere. There's a big void in good, dependable facts, good, dependable live streaming. Things that people will enjoy and share along. Forget the smut and go for something that you enjoy and get it out there.
Yeah, I find politics difficult on live stream. I don't go there. I just do music.
Hang on, now. I'm a little bit low. What is going on here? I'm a little bit. Why is it not giving me volume?
Oh, is it me that's low, is it? Do you want me to turn up?
Let me try this. Hello?
It should be better now.
Say something, Navi.
Yeah, it should be better now.
I'm not getting a squeal or anything.
You're not getting nothing.
That's another thing. Your volume behind you will never, ever go on a live stream with two devices with both of them on. Only the device that you get your sound on, you should leave on. The others, turn your volume completely down.
Yeah.
Or you'll get a feedback. I'll get these headphones off and see if I can hear without the headphones. I hate them anyway.
Should be really loud now.
Yeah, that's better.
Had to drag me microphone over.
No, we don't want the circle red for landscape. You want the lock off. You want it blank. When it's off, you can turn your phone either way. There we go. As you see here, it is off. And when I push it back up, I can turn it to go either way. When you start Prism, especially Prism, you want to be in landscape mode with your camera. Go up. And if it's on, see, I have it on red. When I come off, it will not turn. It's stuck in portrait mode, or whichever mode you had it in. It's stuck in it. So always make sure that red lock is off. Very important. Just one little thing will mess you up for the whole thing. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And a lot of people get stuck by it, and they end up, you got. It's just like Crystal Sanderson does does a page of all the clips of different live streamers every week for the 1776.
I use that sometimes.
And half of them, you got a little bitty picture, this little square in the middle, and the others are big. That's why, because they shot it in portrait mode, so it only shows up in the clip as a little bitty image in the middle. That's what you want to stay away from. You want your videos to show up on or somebody does your clips, it'll show up as a wide picture, a wide video, and show more detail in there. It'll show everything. It'll be like this right here. If you click your chat off, you can get your whole picture on the phone. You have your chat, you turn sideways, click the button without the chat. This is what your picture will look like. There's a lot of little tricks, If you have any questions, you can ask some of it at the stream. We'll be glad to answer you if we can. But there's a lot of things that happen that you just have to learn. A lot of little ins and outs.
Yeah, video can be quite hard work. It's took me probably 2.5 years to learn everything I'm doing at the moment.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm going crazy here. One time I can hear you, and the next time I can't.
I was saying I've been learning video recording for about 2.5 years. It took about 2.5 years before it all clicked, you know, the editing and things like that.
Still can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Oh,
I don't think my
Can audience hear me?
no, it's. Let me turn it up a little bit. Okay, now try it.
Can you hear me now? I'll turn it up a bit here.
Yeah, I turned it all the way up.
Yeah, I've just turned it all the way up.
Okay, a little bit better. And that's another thing you can do. You can go in and on StreamYard, you can go into lobby settings and adjust his mic up or anybody else's mic if you have a panel.
Yeah, I've just done that.
But it's little things you have to try out. You can do that basically anytime. I couldn't show it then, so. But if you get in,
a moment.
yeah, I think that's the problem. I think it's kind of a little bit far away.
Maybe it is. Oh, there we go.
Oh, definitely.
It works right next to it in my mouth then with my split.
Yeah, yeah. So, any other questions? I sure will, Charlene. Yeah, I know, because I've never had that much problem hearing you. No, but that's why I was saying something wrong here.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I've got LEDs going to red zone over here.
Mm-hmm. So, you have any suggestions from England about new streamers?
Video recording, things like that. Yeah, I really, really, really highly suggest if you could borrow, lend, steal, or whatever, get a 360 camera. You'll love them.
Yeah, a 360 camera. Yeah, that would be nice.
Well,
it does take. Yeah, when you get into stuff like that, it does take money. The more you want to do, the better the equipment you have to get. But if you're starting out, get the best you can afford. It doesn't have to be new. In fact, my phones are my phone that I'm shooting this right here is cracked. It's been dropped, and it's a 13 plus. This one here is an 11 plus iPhone, so they're older vintage, and batteries tend to go. Oh, that's a Samsung, right?
Yeah.
What is that?
A52 XS, whatever on earth it is, but it's brilliant. It's got lovely camera on it.
I don't know. Gary, what do you use? And Howie, what do you use? If you're still here. I've been thinking about Samsung, but I'm not too sure because I'm kind of Android leery. I find that the buttons.
The reason why I use Samsung because it's all AKG audio, you know, your AKG.
Okay. And Gary uses Samsung Notes. What is that?
I've got virtually everything Samsung and AKG. Because how I go about things is, I'll buy stuff off Amazon, try it out, and if I don't like it, I'll send it back and get money for it. And experiment that way and get all the best equipment eventually. Sometimes you get stuff off Amazon accidentally on free, if you know what I'm saying. Another, for example, my phone, for example, it was at the time probably £400 or £500 phone. I bought it on a contract with EE. The phone came free with a £35 contract. I cancelled the contract and kept the phone for free.
There you go. Yeah, that's the way we mostly do it. We but they've got they're still giving out free phones, but
you got to
hey, Freedom Express, how you doing?
Yeah.
they're giving away the free phones, but if
Monthly
you want
rates.
some,
Yeah.
if you already have the contract, then they want about $400 or $500 down.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
that's exactly what I did. And within the it was in the 30-day run-off period, I cancelled the contract with the telephone SIM card, and then spent about 3 weeks phoning up. It was Vodafone, trying to keep my phone. I won them in end. I ended up keeping phone for free. They give up in end. So yeah.
And one thing I do, I have my regular T-Mobile account, and then I got a cheap Mint contract where you pay by the month. Well, they charge every 3 months.
Yeah.
So I pay $45 for 3 months
Crikey,
for unlimited. And if I can't get out one, I can get out the other.
Crikey.
But I have found that most of the carriers, I'm not saying all, but most of the carriers are on the same cell tower, same band, because you get about the same signal from all of them, no matter where you go. So if you're stuck on one, you might probably be stuck on all of them.
I've got
if you don't get a signal.
I've got the choice of 2 cell towers. I've got either EE or my company, which is called Leica. I'm on $6.99 a month. It is for unlimited everything, unlimited for phone calls, unlimited internet, and 300 minutes international, unlimited internet as well. But I got that through again. The original contract was about 4 or 5 years ago, was about 10 quid. But every person I've put forward to their company, I've saved £1 off my bill. So I've got down to minimum now $6.99 a month.
I just went round and round with T-Mobile. I found out every device that come into my house, they put on my contract.
Yeah.
Every tablet, every iPhone watch. But my grandkids come in, they were charging me for everything.
I can't do
I'm saying, why did my bill double? And that's the way it was. Okay, that's a question I have on Gary or Bob, either one. That's Samsung. If you have an SD card, can you direct it to the SD card, or
what do you want direct into your SD card from your phone? Are you talking about
your live stream?
Oh, I don't know.
I've on Android before.
I don't know. Sorry.
Go ahead. He's not on here, so maybe. I'm trying to read one live stream over 17. Okay. Because I'm really leery, because the last one I had was the Sony Xperia, the last Android. I love that phone. I love the Sony Xperia for the camera. And then the Sony, but they've got where they've gotten out of touch as far as price. But that was the most fantastic video I have ever shot, was with this old Sony Xperia, and none of the carriers will carry that type of phone. You have to buy it individually from some other market.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the capacity to go to the storage. All the storage was for memory. And now that Steve's on with Freedom Express, he can tell Jericho he was having the problem with. He saw the bars the other day, had plenty of bars, but he was still buffering. I explained earlier that it all goes on live streaming. It all comes from your upload stream, not your download. Your upload stream usually varies between 12 and 25. So if you have between 12 and 25, you shouldn't buffer.
Yeah, I've got 24 upload and 215 download at the moment.
24 upload? Wow. I need to be over there.
Oh, it's
we
really
need to be over there.
It's really good where I live. I'm literally 5 yards away from the exchange. So I can use...
That's one thing I'm trying to be... Go ahead. the one thing I've been trying to research is how can you increase your upload speed? And the only thing I can find out is that you have to get with your own particular carrier. So that means there's not much chance of getting it increased or whatever.
Yeah.
You know how that goes when you have to talk to your carrier. Forget it. Yep. Yeah, I know that, Gary. Yep. Yeah, SD cards will help with your storage. Unfortunately, iPhones don't have the. You can put a storage on it, but it takes away from what like if you use the storage while you're live streaming, you can't put a battery charger on it. Things like, oh, that's another important tip. Buy you a battery storage card, a battery storage unit. That way, when you're out, no electricity, no way to plug in, you have it right there. Just take your I have a very long cable to plug into and plug it into my battery backup. And this one's 30,000 mAh, so it'll keep me going 2 or 3 days, shooting videos.
I've got one exactly the same size as that. 3,000.
Keep it all charged up. Very important.
Yeah.
Keep your energy with you. Any questions? Anybody? Chat's kind of quiet. But I don't know. I have a tablet. It's a Samsung. It's one of those A-type tablets. It's nice and everything, but I don't like the bleached out picture on it. But it seems like the phones that I'm seeing online, in particular Gary's and on Jericho's yesterday, on Minty Cactus or Red Cactus, however you know her, she just got a Samsung and her picture looks fantastic. So I'm kind of like on, should I next time just jump the line, go Android? I found on my tablet that the buttons are a lot harder. It's a lot harder to switch between things because the touch is not as good as the iPhone. I like the way you just get near that. Well, sometimes it's too sensitive and you push something you don't want to. But it's one thing I saw on what I have, but it's a cheap device, so I don't know how the more expensive devices are, and I don't know anybody with a Samsung. So maybe you don't give me your input, what you think, I don't know. I'm at a quandary on that because, like I said, I've always been since that's been way back when I was on Android with the Sony Xperia. The LEDs were just fairly new. So
yeah, Android 13 is fantastic at the moment.
Seems to be going that way. Yeah. But I love my iPhone. I probably use both, I would use both.
So that's my phone. Sorry about that.
I don't have Minty. I have Mint, Gary, the Mint Mobile. I don't have Minty. So that's where I am at on cell phones. But it looks like anything you have, Samsung, the iPhone, or what have you, will be excellent. As far as the most you can broadcast right now is 1080, so you don't need anything that does, real fancy stuff like 4K or 8K. The 4K and 8K is for your own viewing on the TV. If you want to put it online, you have to have your own website. You have to have a lot of space, and you have to have a lot of rooms to put it out there. Takes a long time to upload it to your server or whatever, and it takes money. So unless you're going on regular TV, shooting video for regular TV, you don't need the 4K or the 8K. That's basically for your own vacation videos, what have you. You come home, not very good to watch on the phone because it only goes so far, but you can watch it on your widescreen TV, and it won't degrade the picture. Yeah, Gary says he runs 720p and 24K, or frames per second, and yeah, his streams are great. His streams are great for sure. Everybody's probably on the same line, 720, because the higher you get, the more it takes, and you have more chance for buffering the higher you go.
Yeah. The
So
thing is, though, once it goes to YouTube, it's always like under what you put into it. It's like I do 4K videos, as you know, and it's 120 frames per second.
Yeah.
By the time it gets to YouTube at 30 frames per second, 4K. You know.
Right. They transfer it over and use their algorithms or whatever they use to upgrade the video to make it look better. So it don't matter, what you run, 720 or 180 frame. It just, yeah. There's not much difference between the 720 and the 1080. Not that much difference that the normal person can tell. If somebody's been around a while, they can tell the difference. But generally, as the phones take up the absorption of it, and the different type phones, the picture's fantastic. It doesn't matter, But there's none of us professionals right now, or we wouldn't be here. So, yeah, this is just trying your thing, doing your thing. Don't be afraid of it. That's the thing. A lot of people are afraid of it. What if I mess up, or what if I make a mistake? Just go with it. Say, I'm sorry, but I've started out videos and I look and I'm upside down. It just, all part of the learning curve, and everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. It just takes patience and time. Buffers are due to self-service problems. YouTube is 20 frames per second. Twitch moves it to 1080p. Yeah. I had Tommy Temper compare the streaming one night. Oh, cool. I wish I'd have seen that. Yeah, it's another source, Tommy Temper. Tommy Temper will show you a lot of things, and Gary will show you a lot of things on his. He has, when he's not in the truck, he has little seminars on what to do online. And anybody wants help, just ask any one of us. We'll be glad to help. I know there are some live streamers that won't give you the time of day as far as help. But most of us in my circle or these circles, we will help. And, all you got to do is ask. Time is at 4:09. I'm trying to watch the time because my buddy Chaplain Jethro comes on at 5, and I don't want to cut him out. And if you don't watch Jethro, sign up, watch Chaplain Jethro on Twitch. Chaplain Jethro's Corner. He comes on at 5 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays with his ministry. Plain and simple, to the point. Good chat. Yeah, Twitch is a lot better as far as people helping out, and everybody on Twitch helps a lot. Everybody. The only thing I don't like about Twitch is that they don't keep your videos up over 14 days, but I guess if you download it, you'll have it anyway. But make sure you have a lot of storage. If you're on Twitch, make sure you have a lot of storage on your computer. And as Gary said, the SD cards and what have you to store your stuff on if you want to keep them. Rumble will keep them, I don't know how long. I've got I have videos on Rumble. It's probably 3 years old. So, but Rumble is very hard to get onto. You have to learn how to cut and paste the streaming key, how to set up a video to begin with. You have to have an introduction video, and you have to cut and paste your streaming key and passwords to your streaming software, which is StreamYard or Prism. It's a lengthy thing to do. It's not really hard. It just takes time, and you can't go on and do it within 5-10 minutes like you can on StreamYard or Prism. You know, you type in your description on Prism and whatever your 1080p or 720p. Type in your links, to YouTube. Make sure they're up. Usually they stay there. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Make sure they're on there. You can broadcast to 3. So just make sure your multi-stream is on. And that's one thing. Make sure you're multi-stream, because otherwise it's just 2. Multi-stream, you can bring an extra one in. Same thing for StreamYard. Most of your links stay there. You just click them, put a description in, and go live. Pretty simple.
Have you seen that dude juggling furry toilet seats in my latest video?
I haven't been on a couple of days, so I don't know.
I'll put the link in private if you have a quick look. I'll put it on the link where the bit is where the dude's juggling furry toilet seats.
No, it jumped into the toilet. Oh my goodness. You're weird. Your mind is weird. Your mind is weirder than my mind.
It's got a
If anybody hasn't checked out our fabulous Nobby Noble,
I'll put it up for you. There you go.
He can put his link on there because I think he's a mod. Yeah. He can put his link up there. He does some videos, some of them pretty hilarious. He doesn't live stream as much. He just he likes to do videos and show them later. But he does a great job on it.
I like coming over and chatting to people though, you know.
There you go. Yep. And another English lady, Chaz, she was on this morning. She had her first panel. And she had people waiting to get on panel. And me, I had to beg people to get on panel, but as beautiful as she is, they were just jumping on like fish on the line, one rat or another. And if you're female, you probably get a lot better. The females tend to do a lot better than the males online. So if you're female, you have that a plus for you. But it's different strokes for different folks. But like I say, whatever you want to talk about, there's somebody going to be interested. Probably a lot going to be interested.
Yeah.
So don't put yourself down because you think you're boring. Because look at me. I'm not the greatest in the world, but I'm doing fair online. I have a fair following.
Yeah,
all you good people here now, and all the people check. Everybody checks in and out through the day. And you're not going to have people in there for your whole time. They're going to be jumping in and out, and then watching it later, back and forth. Oh, I'll watch that later, and then put it to the side and watch it. But that's the way the life is. And another thing, don't become YouTube. Don't become your character.
No.
Don't fall into that trap. If you think you're living YouTube. A lot of people are doing that, and it's sad to see, which direction they're going because they're trying to live that life. So don't fall into that trap. Always be true to yourself, and stay who you are and leave, YouTube world. When you get off of it, leave it there. Don't become it. A lot of people are becoming it and becoming a super ego and whatever. see it every day. See people on there living their life online. Walking away. Doing things and living the soap opera.
Yeah.
Basically. I mean, it's a trap. It'll get you. It'll get you. It'll get you down. It'll get you depressed. There's times I like, what in the world is wrong with people?
Does anybody here watch TV at all? I haven't watched TV since 1979 when I left home.
Uh-huh. I rarely ever watch TV. Every now and then I'll catch a movie or watch a movie or watch a Western.
Yeah. But you can get them all online now. You don't have to go to television to get it, do you?
Yeah. You can watch the movies on your phone and everything.
Yeah.
But I got into the freedom movement, and I enjoy what I'm doing. Trying to show people where we're going. People don't want to believe it. We have things going on now that's pretty scary. War's around the corner, but there's a lot of plus and minuses. There's a lot of give and take. We need to get a hold of it, and just keep going. Just like you in England. But I was hearing in London, and anybody with the cross English flag were being beat in the streets.
Yeah.
I mean, these are from good sources. These are not from regular news. These are actually videotaped,
I emailed you about that, Kerry. Did you get the email off me with all that?
I haven't. Yeah, that's another thing I haven't done. Checked my email in 2 days.
I sent you my story about the flag and the little girl at the funeral that you already know about.
Yeah.
The latest one on the internet these days from a couple of days ago. I sent you a link on to your email address.
I'll have to check it.
Can I just answer Shirlene? She's asked me a question. I don't want to feel I was going to type the answer, but I thought I'd talk to her. Is Shirlene still there?
Shirlene's still here. I just saw her pop up there.
I was saying, I don't know English Rose personally, but I know English Bulldog, Active Patriot, all the same crew as what English Rose is, yeah. So yeah, I do I know her partner in crime sort of thing, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, everybody in the freedom movement. If you want to see what I put up on what's going on in Israel, and Palestine, you can go to my go to my Telegram. Under Carrie's Musings Telegram, I put most of the stuff that you can't watch other places. I put it on my Telegram, and we also have. Let me. Or you can ask Shirlene or I to. I'm sorry, I'm getting it. Shirlene and I and Aruba have Patriots Never Back Down on Telegram, Florida and national. Patriots Never Back Down. So you might want to ask for an invite for that. Let me answer this text here.
I'll tell you that the beginning of my freedom movement lifestyle, as I'm in Harrogate, as you know. Harrogate is only 2.5 miles away from an American war camp called Menwith Hill. Have you heard of it, Kerry?
What is it?
Called Menwith Hill.
Menwith Hill?
MENWITH Hill in Harrogate.
No. I
used to go there when I was 14 in 77. Used to take weed up there for girls who were protesting there, and they ended up being the green, the what they called, the you saw the women at Glastonbury and things, all the protesters and things at Stonehenge and things like that.
Mhm.
That's who we are. Yeah, that's where I come from.
Okay. Yeah.
I've squatted virtually buildings and properties 40% of my life until the banned it in about 1989, I think it was, the ban squatting in England. So yeah, been very involved with the freedom movements around the world, you know.
Yeah, and a lot of us just think of here in the U.S. We think about us here, but it's everywhere around the world. Everybody's fighting the same battle for the same thing.
Yeah,
It's just like
yeah,
all these protesters protesting free Palestine. Well, I'm for
yeah,
freedom. We're all for freedom.
yeah,
But when you go and it's just like the drag queens trying to change our kids' minds and mess with our kids and stuff. The same thing goes with Free Palestine. If you
yeah,
don't want to live, in the rules, and you want to go along with Hamas, we can't help you. We
yeah.
can't help you.
My culture has
Everybody
been
deserves their freedom, but you can't go along with a terrorist organization
no,
that burns, beheads, and stabs, tears babies out of women's.
yeah.
We just can't. You got to draw the line. They're butchers. They're less than animals. And if you
Psychopaths.
want to, when you want to side with it, it's what. That's one thing that the kids in the U.S. that don't, go to the school, they think that everything's the same around the world, but they don't realize that the ideals here are different over in the Middle East. They train their children to hate Jewish people. They train
Yeah,
their children to kill.
yeah.
It's a
They're
different
giving birth
philosophy.
to war machines. They've
Yeah,
got no family.
it's
They're
a
just
different
bullets. They're
philosophy.
they're just firing bullets out between the cracks between the legs.
Uh, yeah,
It's like
that's
the British, like, my culture and my family goes back to, as I'm saying to you, I can trace my family back to the 12th century, We've been
uh,
fighting the British for the whole 300 years when they came here in 1700s, 18th century is that, or is it 16th? I can't remember. But anyway, 1700s. So, and we've all been like, uh, fighters, We're from
mhm,
Yorkshire, like, That's what
yeah.
type of people we are, You know.
Well, the whole area, the European area, has been involved in this for centuries. Because
Well, yeah,
they've gone back and
because
forth.
they're so vulnerable,
And
aren't they? They just take everything word from government, like, It's like, what on earth you think that's right? And they
mhm,
go, oh, yeah, it's good that, like.
they're in just saying here, oh, I could put this up there. What's the matter with me? Yeah, they need to, but they won't denounce Hamas because that's the way they were taught. That's the way they lived. That's the way they learned.
Yeah,
It's just like, uh, well, probably what's today? Tuesday. Probably tomorrow, if I feel like it. I'm up and down every day, folks. I don't know one day or to the next whether I'll be able to talk or whether I'll be, coughing or whatever. But I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. But there never has been. Where's a city that's called Palestine? Where is a state called Palestine? Where's a country called Palestine? There is none.
and what's the difference
And
between
and,
a
and
jihad,
all
like, and
record in recorded history. Now people say there is a Palestine. They say it. They think it. But there is no actual until 1948. There was never a Palestine. In fact, in the Bible, the Palestine were Philistines. They go back as far as Abraham, the splitting of the sons. The one went the Arab way, and the other went, the Israeli way, uh, and it grew from there. And all the way back to King Nebuchadnezzar in the Bible, all the way through to King of Persia, the Philistines have been there as people, like the Israelis, the two separate, groups. right along through history, but there never has been. But in the Bible, they say that Canaan is the Israelis' homeland. And where is Canaan? Well, it's right there. It's right there. It's their birthright. Their birthright. Jerusalem was founded, Brenda, when God brought them out of into the promised land. Finally, after they traveled through the desert for 40 years, and finally they got to the promised land. They built Jerusalem, and then it was taken over by the Arabs, back and forth ever since then. It's been a battlefield. It's going to be a battlefield till the end. Everything in the Bible has come to pass. There's a lot more to come, but we've been historically back and forth, just like the Bible says, one right after another.
This won't be allowed on YouTube, but I'll put in private chat for you, Kerry.
Uh-huh.
You can have a look at it. It's a visual thing. It's on the subject that you're talking about.
Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it here because now I
Yeah,
do it later.
don't accidentally put it on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. As far as religion, how many religions out there believe in love? How many religions out there actually believe and teach love?
Hippie.
Huh?
Hippie freedom movements. Peace and love, man.
That's the key right there. Love.
Yeah. If you're happy, you're always in love. You love anyway, aren't you? If you got a smile on your face.
Right. There. I know of only one religion that teaches love. The rest of them are either hate or just standard, moralities. But only one teaches love. And you got to start love by loving yourself. The Ten Commandments tell us, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Yeah.
So
imagine hating yourself. You'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it, if you hated yourself?
If you hate yourself, you're just,
Imagine how you'd hate your neighbours if you hated yourself.
Right. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself to love your neighbor. You have to love your neighbor to love your country. It's all about love.
Yeah.
If we come to realize that, pray, or even the love, we can straighten a lot of this mess out. Straighten a lot of it.
Looks better off than yourself, do they, Kerry? They always look like they're needing something, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always concerned about people.
You have to be true to yourself. Plain and simple. No matter what you believe, you have to be true to yourself. That's in all of us. If you can't, you fail. It's just plain and simple. That's why the most vicious of people hate themselves. They hate themselves. So I'm gonna bring it to the end on that. Everybody, love yourselves. Love each other. Don't condemn each other. Don't spit on each other. Don't give snide remarks. Loving, caring. Think about it. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow, probably about 3 or 4. But think about it overnight, until next time I see you. Love. And let's pass it on. We have to pass it on. Love you guys, and I mean it.